Hi guys, Daria from Pilates is here, and I would like to introduce you today Linda. Linda is living in Vegas, and she knows how to keep healthy and clean yourself and eat well and be well. And you can see from the background there, she is already in the gym early in the morning, 8 o'clock. So, hi Linda, how are you?
Hi, I'm wonderful, Daria. Thank you. Good morning. I'm happy to be here.
Great. So, as I gave you a little bit of introduction already, maybe you can share with us a bit of information about your background, what you do, and how you get into a healthy and fit life.
Okay, all right, wonderful. My background is I was a chef in New York City for 25 years, and I love food. I mean, food has always been my passion, but I have to admit I've struggled with my weight my whole entire life, and I did have an injury where at age 40, had to have a hip replacement, but I had ballooned up to 220 pounds, and I know a lot of it was because I wasn't exercising and because I know how to cook, but I knew how to cook well but unhealthy. So after I had that surgery, it basically, saved my life. It was my awakening. Like everybody always has their awakening moment when they realize, like, hey, I have to start taking care of myself. And so that's what I did. And I started to be able to exercise. Going through the physical therapy after my surgery was great. And I said, I'm a chef. This should not be difficult. I know how to make food taste good. So why can't healthy food taste really good? And in the last 5 years is where I've really focused on clean eating. I've read a lot and I've gotten a lot of education. I've attended seminars, talked to a lot of people, and what I realized is clean eating is just eating as close to nature as possible, and I'd say that's my biggest tip for people. And all what that means, and I know we're all going to eat a cookie or a piece of cake or a piece of candy. We're not perfect. If somebody's out there that's perfect, that could avoid that forever, good for them. But even if we're going to do that, there's actually ways to convert your favorite cake recipe into a clean eating recipe.
So far I know you're teaching something already about the cleansing and eating and how to do that in the proper way. Can you please tell us a little bit more about that? What you're teaching exactly?
Oh, okay, that I was actually very excited about. Over the last few years, like after I had had my surgery, I started teaching here in Las Vegas, and I was teaching culinary arts and working with the kids. I realized I was like, okay, this next generation of kids, they do have to learn how to eat properly. They need to have good cooking skills so that way they could take care of themselves and not eat out every single day, especially like going through college, finding something cheap to eat. So I started teaching them how to eat healthy. And so my latest project was creating a clean eating course, which is on Udemy, which is udemy.com. And my course is Lean and Clean in 14. So I basically hold your hand through your first 14 days of a clean eating program. And there's lots of lectures, lots of video lectures, information about the real nutrition behind it, how to shop, how to stock your pantry. Plus, there's over 100 recipes, 50 recipe demonstration videos, and some great tips in there. So it's really like a compilation of what I've been learning myself for the last 5 years and what I've learned myself for the last 20 something years as a chef. So I'm excited about it.
Cool. And maybe you can share some nice ideas for the breakfast that can be like really a good start of the day, and at the same time something that is going to be healthy.
Okay, well, and breakfast is my favorite meal because there's lots of different things you can do at breakfast. And my recommendation is actually to have like some protein, some carbohydrates, some fat at every meal. But if you're like on the go, like this morning coming to the gym, I did just have a protein shake. But protein shakes are really easy to make. I'm a Juice Plus person, and the Juice Plus shakes, they're whole food supplements, so you always have to watch your ingredients if you're doing a protein shake. So, but theirs, it's actually all made from whole foods, which is fantastic. But if you just want to whip up something quick, I mean, I know you're in Ireland where they might be having bangers. They're going to have sausage with the breakfast, but you know what? You know, egg whites or even whole eggs. People are afraid of egg yolks, but if you don't have a cholesterol problem, having a a whole egg is actually fine. And there's so much iron, there's so many vitamins in an egg yolk. But just eggs with lots of vegetables, spinach. Always sneak in spinach whenever you can. Right, spinach, mushrooms, tomatoes. You can have a really hearty breakfast. But you could also make if you're a pancake person, some people love their carbs in the morning. But instead of using your pancake mix or using a white flour, you just substitute with whole wheat pastry flour. And instead of adding heavy cream or whole milk, you can use almond milk or a little bit of coconut milk, that kind of thing.
Why
So there's
spinach?
why spinach? Oh, spinach is one of those superfoods. Spinach and kale, they could save the world, it seems. But um, it's just there's just so many vitamins and minerals in spinach that it's actually one of the world's most perfect foods. And you can sneak it in anything. I throw it in my smoothies. I throw
Wow.
kale in my smoothies. You don't taste it at all.
Wow, that's interesting. And what do you think about the broccoli and how and which way people should eat them, the broccoli?
Well, broccoli is actually another one of those great foods to eat. It's loaded with nutrients. What Americans do, I'm not sure about everywhere else in the world, Americans tend to overcook. And when you do overcook, you wind up losing some of the enzymes and you do lose a lot of the nutrients in the food. So a simple steam or a quick saute where it still has that bite to it, it has a little bit of a crunch to it. You actually don't want to cook it really over 140 degrees because that's when you start to lose the nutrients. So there are lots of people that will recommend, a raw food diet, and eating your food raw, it actually, your body processes it so much faster and it's so much easier on your digestion. And plus, something like broccoli is loaded with fiber, so it is actually really good for you. So if you could have it as a snack raw, but if you are going to cook it, just lightly steam or lightly saute and just a little bit of healthy fat, a little bit of olive oil.
Wow, and I actually was recently come across an article suggesting different ways of broccoli salads where broccoli is used actually raw. Do you have any your favorite recipe with the broccoli salad when it's used raw?
See, she's catching me off guard. But you know what? I have made like a broccoli slaw, right? So if you cut up cabbage, which you're having raw, and then you cut up the broccoli, and you can use the stems and the florets, because a lot of people like the florets because they're a little bit more tender. But if you slice the stems really thin, you can use that as well. And then you can add some red cabbage or radicchio, some green cabbage, and you make like a slaw, and you can make it with whatever kind of vinegar you like. I mean, one of my easiest ones to do is that I just use red wine vinegar, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of sea salt, toss it around and it's done. And if you want a little bit of sweetness to your salad, you can always add a little bit of agave or a little bit of raw honey to sweeten it up.
Wow, that's cool. Thank you so much. So, and I would definitely share the link to the Udemy course that you have there. And if people will have any questions, would they be able to get in touch with you through Udemy or any other resources you would recommend?
They can get in touch with me through Udemy, but also my email address, it's linda@cheflinda.me. So they are welcome to contact me anytime. My website is cheflinda.me. And there's other recipes on there. Plus I do have a blog as well. And I'm going to be sending my blog audience to go visit you because I'm super excited about what you do too.
Thank you so much. And thank you for your time and have a fantastic workout and a great day today.
All right. Thank you, Daria. Have a great day.